Well, howdy y'all, and thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to show you how we run our gamified, personalized math class for the year. So stay tuned, because here we go. Yeah, giddy up. All right.
Welcome to Math Baby.
This is an example of the student's learning target log that each student will receive their own individual learning target log sheet that I will send to them that will be updated every day pretty much throughout the course of the year. Up in the left you will find the student's name. For this I just used a random name, John Doe. You will find the mini badge that shows what current stop along the Oregon Trail they are in. On the left hand side over here it will tell you what unit they are in, and I only unlock one unit at a time, so they are working in that unit. And then underneath that shows the concepts that are expected the student to demonstrate for mastery throughout the unit. Going horizontally over, they must complete 2 of the 5 tracks listed over here to demonstrate and show mastery of the concepts before they will be able to move on. I give the students voice and choice in showing how they want to demonstrate it by giving them 5 different options, and they just have to complete 2 of the 5 options up to mastery level to show mastery of the concept. Once they do that, I will then go off and check that they either need to just complete one more, or I will check it off that they are done. And when they're done, a badge, another mini badge will appear right here. They can do any of those in any order that they choose. The one thing I just ask for parents is, as we get close to the deadline for the end of the unit, please just check with your student to make sure they have all of their treks completed before the unit assessment. Unit 1 we always do together as a whole class, just so they get the feel of layout of the gaming concepts and everything. But once we get into Unit 2, students are free to move at their own pace, and they can work ahead and complete as many as they need to in order to demonstrate mastery. And I will show you the resource wagon that will help students be able to achieve that if they decide to work ahead. So, as I previously stated, this is Mr. Fieck's 4th grade math website. I call it the resource wagon. It has a lot of good resources and information for parents and along with help for students. The first link is parent resources. That this has all the units we'll be covering throughout 4th grade, that if you're ever questioning how they're supposed to complete a skill or what they're supposed to be expecting to do, you can click on it and it will take you through an explanation of what they should be doing, and even some example problems and comments alongside of that. And I have that listed there for every unit we will be covering and going through. The next link is Math Facts, that we use MobyMax pretty much every day to do a little bit of multiplication fact practice once we get into multiplication, but extra math is always a good one too if they need a little change and want to do a little extra outside. The Math Links is great, that if there's a certain skill they tend to be struggling in and want to just go on and play a math game, you can find the game that deals with that skill and they can get a little extra practice in. I'm going to skip game resources right now, but then right here, resting place resources. As I said, like after Unit 1, students will be able to work ahead at their own pace. So if they might be in Unit 3 while the majority of the class is in Unit 2, they can go in here and look. If they're struggling with equivalent fractions, they can watch a couple videos that I found or maybe put together about what is an equivalent fraction or how to make equivalent fractions, along with decimals or fractions, And that way they don't waste time waiting for me and they can continue to learn and go ahead on their own. Like I said, that in their learning target, they can work ahead and do any of the skills they want. They can access their learning target sheet anywhere they have a device and internet connection. Then I'm going to flip back over here for game resources. I have item cards. When they complete and turn in assignments, I give them experience points or XP points. Those points help them level up to get to the next stop along the Oregon Trail to earn their next badge. When they level up, they earn gold pieces. And when they earn gold pieces, they can use the gold pieces to buy some of these item cards at the county store, whatever they would like to buy with their gold pieces that they have earned and can buy. One of my students had the idea of making it an Amazon delivery. So last year I created an item card delivery form so students could fill this out and I would deliver the item cards to them when I got there. Also, speaking of traveling students going at their own pace in the math class, I also put together a whole 5th grade unit. Last year, I think I had a couple students get to 5th grade unit 2, 3, and maybe had a couple even in unit 4 of 5th grade math by the end of the year. And it's kind of the same thing. I put together videos on the different skills that they're expected for 5th grade. And then I give them a 5th grade learning log template for them to continue working at. And once they complete all of their tracks that they need to, they will then take the unit assessment. And once they show mastery on the unit assessment, I then unlock the next unit and they will be able to go on and work in the next unit at their own pace. I do set a deadline just to make sure we get through all of the 4th grade stuff.
See you guys soon. Hope you had a wonderful day.
Whoa, no. Well, I hope that made sense. And if after the first week of going through it and your students can't answer the questions, please feel free to let me know any questions you have. So we're off and running. Here we go. Giddy up. All right.